Site placement, environment requirements and precautions. 1. Basic conditions for device placement. Temperature environment, -10 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Humidity environment, less than or equal to 85%, no condensation. For indoor use, the protection level should be limited to falling water and dust protection. Altitude conditions, less than or equal to 1 kilometer. For indoor use, the protection level should be limited to falling water and dust protection. In the power supply environment, the maximum deviation of the voltage that should be provided is plus or minus 5% of the rated voltage. The maximum frequency deviation is rated frequency plus or minus 0.2 Hz. Place the site at least 50 cm width around the equipment, convenient for equipment maintenance, ventilation, and heat dissipation. 2. Safe placement of equipment. When handling, it should be lifted and handled gently, and the tilt should not exceed 45 degrees Celsius, otherwise the refrigeration system will be damaged. After each move of the equipment, let it sit for 30 minutes before starting to use the equipment. The equipment must be placed on a slope with a slope of less than or equal to 5 degrees Celsius, and the wheels must be fixed. The front side of the equipment must face the aisle for quick handling in the event of an emergency. The ground needs to be clean and tidy and non-slip. Non-explosion-proof equipment must be kept away from flammable and explosive objects. It is recommended to place basic firefighting facilities such as dry powder/dry ice/sand next to the equipment. The use of water is strictly prohibited. 3. Special precautions for the use of air-cooled equipment. Poor ventilation can lead to a decrease in the cooling capacity of the equipment and, in severe cases, may cause the compressor to stop working. Poorly ventilated places need to install exhaust systems. Upper air outlet equipment. The top of the equipment is unobstructed to prevent suction and exhaust air from being blocked. Rear air outlet equipment. Air is sucked in from the front side of the equipment and discharged from the other three sides. 4. Special precautions for the use of water-cooled equipment. Water cooling equipment should be equipped with cooling water. It is recommended to use room temperature clean tap water for cooling water. Water supply pressure is 1 to 4 bar. Inlet water temperature range 7 to 25 degrees Celsius. No freezing. It is recommended to use closed cooling tower circulating water. Pay attention to timely cleaning and desk alling. Selection and connection of pipeline and precautions. First, when configuring metal insulation hoses and other pipelines, carefully refer to their equal pressure and overpressure capacity, caliber, and suitable temperature range. Consider the head pressure of the internal circulating pump of the equipment, and choose pipelines with excellent quality and sufficient caliber such as seamless steel pipes as much as possible. The pipeline connection between the equipment and the controlled object should minimize the distance and reduce bending. Prepare the valves. 1. Manual valve. Manual valves are added at the connection of the equipment and the installation of each component, which is easy to disassemble during equipment maintenance, reduce the loss of heat conduction medium, and manually close the relevant valves in time when there is a problem. 2. Pipeline bypass. Use three-way and manual ball valves to short connect equipment outlet and inlet. An appropriate diversion can be carried out according to the pipeline pressure. 3. Filter. The installation of the filter in the pipeline is essential, which can effectively prevent the pipeline from blockage, deterioration of the heat conduction medium, etc., in order to avoid possible property damage, or related safety accidents. The filter needs to be cleaned or replaced regularly. 4. Pressure gauge. You can check the pressure of the pipeline and find the change status of the pipeline pressure in time. Reactor connection. The outlet pipeline connects to the lower end of the reactor inlet, and the inlet pipeline connects to the upper end of the reactor outlet. When the pressure of the circulating pipeline is too large and the pressure of the pipeline is insufficient, it will cause the pipeline and reactor to crack, and the possibility of high temperature or low temperature heat conduction medium spraying may cause personnel injury, scalding, frostbite and ignition of flammable materials. The potential for contamination, property damage, and even personnel poisoning caused by the loss of reactants. The pipeline connection should be sealed and firm, with measures such as shockproof, grounding, rust prevention, pressure holding, etc., to effectively prevent cracks and leakage caused by pipeline vibration and corrosion. there is a risk of explosion when generating static electricity.